Hey, I want to welcome everybody to the Two Dudes podcast. I'm Rick, that's Kevin. We're your hosts for this journey today. And we got a lot of goodies coming towards you today. Um, if you haven't already, please make sure that you email us with any questions, comments, concerns, anything that you want us to tackle. And we are at the Two Dudes podcast at yahoo.com. That's the number two, dudes podcast at yahoo.com. And like I said, we'll tackle anything and everything. If you have any question, any concern, any comment, go on ahead and send that over to us. Um, it's been a day. It's been a day and a half. Um, real quick before we get started, I want to talk about respect, or should I say lack thereof, because it seems like nowadays a lot of people show a lot less respect to others. And I don't know if it's like a badge of honor with some people, thinking that you're privileged with some people, or you're just plain stupid. But when you know somebody, work with somebody, whatever the case may be, you can't just think that you can do and say whatever because it's quote unquote the norm or because that's just who you are. You can't continue to disrespect people. When you see somebody's doing something, don't tear down what they're doing. And that's whether it be verbally or whether it be just the way you go about business. And it's a lot of stupid people out there who don't respect others. And I'm just going to let you know right now, your time will come. And for those of you out there that feel like you are disrespected, just hang on a little bit longer because the good stuff is coming for us. It's coming around. What goes around comes around. But enough of that because I could rant about that for a whole hour. Kevin, how have you been doing, bro?
Man, today was a trying day. One job, I swear, a job literally slid in my inbox like a DM to send me a denial email. Never saw this son of a bitch come. When I was going through my emails, it was there. I swear it just slid in there like it was a thief in the night. Um, let me see. Insurance is stupid. I don't know why I spent the past 45 minutes on the phone with insurance when they can't figure out between me and my ex-wife on what's going on. They literally told me that since we have the same insurance company, like if my right hand is my insurance and the left hand is her insurance, since her birthday is in March and mine's in June, hers is the primary, mine's is the secondary.
Wow,
How damn dumb is that?
that's real stupid.
When mine being fed insurance is probably a little bit better than hers. So I'm hoping that what hers don't cover, mine swallows it up, and we don't have no copay no more for this surgery that the youngest had. Because otherwise, that's real damn dumb. Because when the oldest had braces, my insurance was the primary. When she got hers, hers became the secondary. It picked up the copay. It's just being adulting can be irritating at times because you got to deal with a lot of dumb shit. And I'm on the phone for 45 minutes because the chick was like, if I get off the phone, then another call will come in. I'm like, you can't pause this bitch or something? You can't you can't just step out the queue for a second to handle this? So I'm literally on the phone. I'm in the AT&T store paying my cell phone bill. You still there, Mr. Manning? Yes, I'm still here. It's at another place, but I'm still here. Ridiculous. Then I go to Dollar General. My oldest like candles. Bought her some candles and got some paper plates and other little bullshit. You know the candles come in a glass case.
Right.
This genius, I'm gonna say it's his first job. I'm gonna say it's his first fucking job. He double bags everything but the candles.
Oh, that's a head scratcher right there.
I just looked at it when I was like, I'm glad I paid with a card. 'Cause I don't think he'd have gave me the right change back. I just, all you do is just shake your head. But now it's been cool, past weekend. Sister came over, we barbecued. You know, I had that Hermana, that rock tequila, which I have to say is probably the best tequila out there. That and that Avion, either one, you won't be disappointed. Won't be disappointed at all. I'm just trying to figure out how you take the sugar out of liquor and it's still liquor. How is that possible? How the hell is that possible? Because
Bro,
that stuff
lots
has
of,
no sugar at all, but you still get lit.
oh, let me tell you, that reminds me, I'm going to send you something after the show. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
little 5-minute YouTube thing with, what's that actor's name? Russell Crowe. He has one hell of a liquor story, and it makes sense.
Really?
Yes. Um, Matter of fact, I'll just tell it to you. Apparently, who is the musician that he's friends with? James Sheeran or something like that.
Ed
So
Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran, thank you. They were out after one of the concerts. Ed told him, "Yeah, man, I gotta go on this tour, and I need something that I can drink every night without, really getting me messed up, just so I
Mm-hmm.
can just get through." So Russell's like, "No problem, mate." He gets all this stuff together: passion fruit, tequila, ice, and water. And he showed him how to make this. He's like, first you pour it over the ice. You pour your tequila over the ice. Let it sit for a couple minutes. Then you mix in your passion fruit, pour all that over some ice, add water. He said that they were up drinking all night. The next night, dude called him and said, "Man, Russell, I was feeling good and I didn't have no after effects. I love that. I appreciate that." Then he got a call from Ed Sheeran about a week later saying that he was mad at him. And Russell's like, "Why are you mad at me?" He's like, "Because I had somebody over and I did the same thing. I mixed the passion fruit and the tequila and we drank." By the way, he said that when they first drunk, they took care of the whole bottle that night. He said that
Okay.
they did the same thing, and he said he was jacked up and did some crazy stuff, blacked out, was walking around New York with his shoes off in restaurants and stuff. And the
Wow.
first thing Russell asked him was like, "Throw me back the recipe." He said, "I told you, I put the passion fruit with the tequila." "Okay, what about the water?"
No
"The
ice.
what?" He's like, "The way it works, mate, you don't lose the flavor if you add the water and the ice. Stay hydrated. That's the key." He's young. He learned.
Yeah. That rock shit got me right. I recommend it. I truly recommend it to anybody. And you know, I'm not a tequila person, so I recommend it big time.
If that fantasy football season doesn't go the way I want it to this year, I might be drinking heavily.
That sounds like a bet to me.
I am not making any bets. I have.
That sounds like a pussy to me.
Hey, then that's what it is then, because it seems like every time I make a bet, I lose. So
I mean, that's just a Raider in you.
call me what you wanna. Call me what you wanna. Well, our first topic here is about users and abusers.
Oh, oh, okay.
But I tell you what, it's a lot of people in this world that just use the hell out of people. And you and me, we both people with, some good hearts, and we definitely try to do the right thing by people,
Mm-hmm.
especially people that we, quote unquote care about. And it seems like, I don't know about you, but it seems like to me there's a lot more people in our lives that don't care about us the way we care about them. It's a lot of people that, they're either all about self, and it can be directly or indirectly, that doesn't matter. But when somebody expects you to do something that they can damn well do themselves, I think that that's a travesty.
Well, unfortunately, today's world, we in the land of the user. Today's all about what can I get somebody to do that I ain't got to do. We're in the world of the user, or you literally playing chicken with somebody to see who's gonna do it first. Like if I can wait this person out to see if they'll take care of it. 'Cause I told you today I said before how with the girls in enrollment, yeah, ideally I should be the one to do it because I'm the one that's not working. But if you volunteer to do it, I'm gonna let you do it. And every innuendo you make or comment you make on, I need to check, I need to check. You chose to do it, so I'm gonna let you check. My hands is off of it. So it's just a lot of us want to sit back and wait and see. Then we want to step up and like we saving the day. We have a hero complex. Everybody wants to be the hero. Everybody wants to wear the leotard or whatever, the suit so they can get the praise. Nobody wants to just do something and keep walking. Me, I'd rather do it and keep walking. I care less about praise. Because if it's meant for me to get it, I'm gonna get it regardless.
Right.
So that's where I think where the world has changed, where the disconnect's coming in, because you probably can't name 5 people that for real just do shit just cause. You got a lot that do it and they looking for something, on the flip side of it. That's not me at all. Excuse me. Like, if you ask, I'm gonna tell you. If you don't ask, 9 times out of 10, I ain't gonna tell you nothing. You might find out after the fact. So that's just how I am. I really don't care. And that's a gift and a curse because some people like to run with it because then they act like they did everything. And you'll be like, oh, really? Okay. But I don't care enough to put you on blast because end of the day, that don't benefit me or you, and it's just something real damn petty. So go about your business, do whatever you think you need to do. I'll see you when I see you. I just leave it at that.
It's petty, but you got to wonder about some of these people. You know, people that expect you to not only do your thing, but to help them do
Mm-hmm.
theirs. And that goes back to that entitlement, I guess. But yeah, today I almost had to break a lot of people down, because I get sick of running like that.
Yeah.
So, but I my light side stayed true. I didn't let the dark side out. And that's not a black joke, people. I'm talking about, dark side, light side, like, movies, Star Wars, stuff like that. But I don't know. Today's just been one of them kind of days. And you just I just want to kick people's teeth in when they act like they're entitled. But like you said, what can you do? It doesn't benefit anybody. So I tell you what, though, going to our second topic, dumbass of the week, a one Mr. Donald J. Trump. And I think we both agreed that he was the dumbass of the week, but we had
Yeah.
two different reasons that he was the dumbass. So he really earned that badge this week. What was your reason?
My reason, I hate at the post office picking up all these mailboxes. You turning off machines and stuff as if the postmaster general don't exist. Stupid. Now, granted, I don't know where the postmaster general was to where he finally decided to speak on Monday or whatever to say Monday or Tuesday and said that Donald needs to stand down and ain't no changes gonna happen until after the election now. So basically, the next president is gonna determine if we downsize. And
Right.
if we downsize, that's going to be a hurt on the economy because you have a lot more people out there looking for jobs. So I need for me to be working between now and then because I hate to have to cut a motherfucker for an interview. But that was just stupid on his part. He's on person, I swear that, okay, I'm president, I got shackles, but I'm going to go beyond my shackles. Because everybody who got common sense know president can only do so much. Everything else is vote, 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 vote.
Right.
He didn't try so many backdoor things to where I'm just like, dude, what are you trying to do? But he's from the good old boys network. He played by his own set of rules, so he could care less about right and wrong.
Yeah, and
But
I tell you what, when he first took the nomination before he was elected and everything, I did have a fleeting thought that everything would be all right because he wasn't a politician, because he was a businessman, but he definitely showed his true self. And I picked him for Dumbass of the Week simply because almost immediately after Biden picked his running mate, you see all these attack ads on YouTube. Biden's not the right person for us. He's senile and all that. It's like, dude, is this what you're going to do to try to win this thing? The mudslinging has started. And I really hope that Biden and Harris take a page from Obama and just keep it quiet. Don't even let that stuff come into play. Kill them with kindness. I
right
can't.
now they doing a good job because Harris is ignoring the fact they keep saying that she slept her way to the top. Where's she the top at? She made it to senator. If that's sleeping her way to the top, then she's clearly Diamond All Players Club. She can only get a Honda Civic. She couldn't get
Yeah,
that Accord.
just got to ignore the naysayers. All right, let's talk about something positive, or at least we hope is positive. Let's go to some sports real quick. Uh, I showed you the thing. The Lakers unveiled an alternate Kobe Bryant themed jersey for their second round of the playoffs that they will wear if they make it to through the first round of the playoffs. Now you know I'm a Laker fan, but I was the first person to say, "My God, I hope they don't make it to the second round." Not because of the jersey though, because I think the Mamba edition jersey is going to be sweet, and NBA.com will sell that bad boy anyway, whether the Lakers make it to the second round or not, because that's money in the bank. But you know how I feel about LeBron. So here's to you, Portland. I hope you win this.
Yeah, here's the thing. Last night Lakers looked like trash. Last
Exactly.
night, get my homie understand. The Lakers have gotten the LeBron that's more magic than Michael now. You're getting a LeBron that wanted to be LeBron when he first came into the league, but he went to Cleveland and he had to be more Michael than Magic. LeBron's the best of both worlds as far as Michael and Magic, but as he gets longer in the tooth, he's more Magic than Michael, to where 23, 17, and 16 last night. That's Magic Johnson like a motherfucker, am I right or wrong?
You're right. You're right.
But you got people like Shaq and others saying he can do more. What more does he need to do when his shooters ain't hitting? Nothing you can do about that. Nothing at all. And you need to talk to AD. 21 points in the first half, 7 in the second. That's your problem right there. He's like I told my friend, AD's gonna get you to the ring, get you to a ring, being the leader. LeBron's gonna get everybody else into the game to be role players. Nothing more, nothing less. And the problem is, you got an aging veteran in LeBron. I don't know if he can do it. Now, getting back to this Kobe thing, I don't know how many people actually listen to our podcast, how many are sports fans, but I'll say this. And Jesus, don't strike me down when I say this. I give a fuck about Kobe. I'm tired of hearing about Kobe. He was not Jesus. He was another nigga that had babies with a mixed chick. Fuck Kobe. Fuck all these Kobe tributes. Nike releasing 12 fucking shoes in honor of Kobe next week because 824 Ventura is Kobe Day. Who gives a fuck? I don't. Kobe put on his shoes like I did, 1 foot at a time. Then again, he might have some roll wipers or something that did it for him. Still, 1 shoe at a fucking time. Fuck all this Kobe treatment. Fuck all this Kobe, Kobe, Kobe. You motherfuckers better go to the extreme times 30 when Magic died. Or y'all gonna say, oh, he only had AIDS. I'm just saying, Magic beat AIDS and then came back to life. We just don't realize it. y'all better go ape shit when Magic died. Because he done did way more in LA than Kobe has ever done. Magic done did so much in
bro,
LA, people forget he's from fucking Michigan. He's
bro.
done so much.
Not
Motherfuckers think
not even
Magic went to
Magic.
UCLA.
Not even Magic. If anything happens to MJ, the world better
Fuck
stop.
MJ. Fuck
What?
him too.
What?
Fuck no. We talking strictly Lakers. Fuck MJ. I'm saying if Magic dropped tomorrow, motherfuckers think Magic went to UCLA and not Michigan State. If anything happens to him tomorrow, he get a fucking hangnail. There better be a motherfucking moment of silence for fucking Magic. Because this Kobe shit, oh, he's the first person to die in his prime. No, the fuck he wasn't. Did you forget about Reggie Lewis in Boston? Did you forget about that one nigga that did coke in Boston after he got drafted?
That was
Motherfuckers have
Lynn
died in
Bias.
their prime before.
That was Lynn
Yeah, Lynn
Bias.
Bias is, they should call him Lynn Coke. But motherfuckers have died in their prime before, but because it's Kobe in the helicopter, because y'all traffic is fucking ridiculous, and everybody flies everywhere like they fucking Superman, all of a sudden we gotta make a big deal about it. I'm sorry. Call me the worst person in the world, throw me in the back room in the closet and lock me up for a day, but fuck Kobe and all this fucking attention he getting. He
Okay.
wasn't that damn
Okay.
good.
I'm gonna deviate from the schedule real quick because I gotta ask you a question.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Before I ask the question, let me preface this because you said Kobe's not Jesus. Well, if I'm
He's
correct,
not.
it was Ray Allen who was told the story or somebody. MJ said, "Don't fuck with Black Jesus," and he was referring to himself. So,
Yeah.
so if you're gonna talk about Jesus, yeah, Jesus wore number 23, played for the Chicago Bulls. So yeah,
And I'm
don't
saying
don't
fuck him
ever
too.
disrespect him by saying that Magic was better. Magic will tell you that MJ was better. Enough said. But
End of the day,
my question to you, because athletes in their prime, and I'm not wishing anything bad on him at all, but let's just say something happened tomorrow to Patrick Mahomes. How would you feel, and how would you expect the fan base in Kansas City to feel?
like, oh well. I ain't shed no tear over that nigga. Yeah, I've only had his cereal once. I ain't got no attachment.
He brought you
Hey,
a Super Bowl.
I don't give a fuck. Ron Isley died. I'm gonna need
That's just harsh.
Isley leave this world. Put me in the motherfucking padded room. I'm gonna need a moment. He gave me Mr. Big. He gave me Between the Sheets. That shit right here, they go right here. But Mahomes died. Oh, we get another quarterback. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, but Mr. Big will forever be associated with a child molester.
Hey, it's all like I tell everybody. His off the after hour shit, that's on him. When they in the studio, nigga make me want to get a cane and a ponytail. That's all I'm saying. Nigga make who the only nigga you know that could be in the video wearing the Celtics jersey with a fur coat? You be like, damn it, I might need to pull that off. He done did that shit. Only
Now,
Mr. Big
it
shit
might be
like
too
that.
late for me to pull off the ponytail, but I am getting closer and closer to needing that cane, so you never know.
Yeah. You ain't lying about that ponytail.
Oh, hey, I'll grow it long again on the beard. I can do
Nah,
that.
ZZ not, that ain't happening.
Hey, whatever. Anyway, keeping with sports though, I want to talk about the 2021 Hall of Fame class. Um, the NFL said that they were going to take fewer people this year than they did last year. I'm gonna read you 6 names, and I want you to tell me the 2 that you think are least likely to get in. Uh, Drew Pearson from the Dallas Cowboys, Tom
Fuck him.
Flores, the coach of the Oakland Raiders,
Fuck him.
Peyton Manning,
My nigga.
Charles Woodson,
Damn, okay.
Calvin Johnson. Yeah, you know Raider getting in. Calvin Johnson and Jared Allen.
Fuck Jared Allen. Fuck him. Fuck that bigot ass bitch. Act
Okay,
like he didn't do shit in Kansas City, go to Minnesota. All of a sudden, oh, Neil Smith ass bitch. He don't deserve to go in because he didn't do shit. But Megatron, Charles Woodson, Peyton, that's a good class right there.
so who else gets left out?
Peyton, them 2 old niggas, you leave them out. Just those 3.
Well, Flores will probably get in as a coach, so I don't think that's. Dude won 2 Super Bowls.
I don't care.
He was the first Latino head coach in the NFL. He
Hey,
getting in.
he the reason why the Raiders got their fan base. Is that what you saying? He's out there like a rasa.
Hey, he was one of the reasons. He
All
actually
jokes,
played. He actually played quarterback for John Madden, who's also in the Hall of Fame.
I'll say the two old schoolers deserve to go because they're only considered separate from the Hall of Fame because they're in the senior status now. So I say both them two in, and then Peyton, Charles, and Megatron. But I got a feeling Megatron may get hated on because he left the game early. But at the
That's what
same
I'm thinking.
time, it ain't his fault Detroit had a trash package and he didn't want to be just walking around doped up all the time because he gave his life to the team. And then another thing that's going to hate on him is people love to say Megatron got his numbers during garbage time. It ain't garbage time when you trying to catch up. You feel what I'm saying?
Hey, I agree with you.
Because
Although
it's garbage time,
I
take
do
him
believe
off the field.
Megatron is not getting in. Not this year.
I
He may
don't
get
think so.
in next year. But
Peyton's first ballot because what Peyton did in Denver alone makes him first ballot.
yeah, because
It,
they said, "Oh, you're washed up. You can't play in Indianapolis anymore. We're going to get Andrew Luck, and we're going to win 20 more Super Bowls without you." How'd that work out, Indianapolis?
and the simple fact that he went to Denver and made Denver his. They said Brady's struggling with doing that in Tampa. He's
Well,
struggling doing that in Tampa, and Gronk can't take the Florida Heat.
I heard a story about Brady though today, and this is one of the things that led to him leaving New England. He's become over the last couple of years really good friends with Peyton Manning, and one of the
Uh-huh.
questions he asked him while they were golfing one day was, how is it that you always, whether it was in Indianapolis or whether it was in Denver, you went in and you had a say on what receivers you had and what plays you ran? And Peyton just looked at him and said, I went to the front office to the head man and said, this is how it's going to be.
You see, Peyton knew how to use his power. I think Brady being a sixth or eighth round pick, he didn't have that power in the beginning, so he was just happy to get drafted. Once he took over Drew Brees, the dynamic had already been set to where he probably felt like he never had power and he never challenged the dynamic till toward the end when they did all them trades to get rid of the backup quarterbacks. This should have been his heir apparent. Even what he won one more ring in that time span or whatever. But by then, damage was done. I think Peyton knew, well, not Peyton, but Brady knew he wasn't going to retire a Patriot. Once he finally started realizing he had more power than what he thought he had, I think that's when he knew I'm not going to be here forever. Let me just ride this train out and go. But by him being such a low draft pick, the damage is already done to where he didn't have the nuts to go to management. Peyton knew, hey, if y'all want me, it's going to be this, and this. When you a go-to player, when you a prime player, you can do that. I remember when Deion Sanders was a free agent, he came here. This motherfucker, how you going to be on the trip to visit us, but in the middle of your trip, you going fishing? What the fuck? you know, but you can call the shots you want. And he told him what he wanted. And Kansas City couldn't meet him. San Francisco did. Then after San Francisco didn't like the attention he brought. He said, oh, okay. So y'all want to rent me? So he said, okay, I got you. I'm going to Dallas. Because they didn't know he was going to Dallas. They was hurt that he went to Dallas. But you can't disrespect a man like that. So he went to Dallas, and we seen what happened there. And they dominated the 49ers clear until he left.
Yeah. It's all about that dominant player and having that attitude. And
But
that,
but that also goes back to the mindset. Who has that Tupac come with me, Hail Mary, let's go. Who got that militant mindset? And who got that Kanye passive mindset? And
Kanye. Wow.
unfortunately, Brady was passive. It took Brady to get off his meds being New England to finally start speaking. I guarantee you, he's probably more loved in New England in Tampa right now than he was in New England. Because if you didn't know him, you didn't know what type of person he was. Only like a couple receivers was like, oh man, Tom's great. This is at the third in New England. I bet you in Tampa, the whole team probably like, man, Tom is shit. Tom cool people.
Well, a lot of that has to do with Belichick and him not allowing players to speak to the press. and him not allowing them to say one thing or the other when they are talking to the press. And I think that also hurt a lot of what Brady wanted to do.
Yeah. Again, all about you had the nuts to stand up or not. And since Brady didn't come in as a high draft pick, he didn't have the nuts. And by the time he got them, it's like, do I disturb this groove? Or do I keep going so I can keep getting rings and keep getting a legacy? Because it's all
Man,
about the legacy.
draft picks be damned. After that third Super Bowl win, I'd have been like, look, we gonna keep this going because here's what we gonna do. At that
See,
point,
he
you got
took,
that clout.
but that's the thing though. He was more worried about legacy than anything. That's when you get to hear, oh man, you're Joe Montana S. And remember, he's the how Jerry West is the logo in the NBA. Joe Montana is the quarterback logo if there was to be a quarterback logo. I don't know why, but apparently he is. And you know, if you got a chance to be that, you go be that.
Well, that was Cool Joe, so I can understand why. I've
Now,
seen
Joe,
some of the games he played.
cool is when you in the locker room smoking a cigarette like Lane Dawson. That's cool.
Yeah, but it's not really cool if you only bring the city one Super Bowl victory. That's not cool.
It's cool when you got a lot of teams that don't have rings.
I wouldn't know. My team has rings.
Vegas ain't got no rings.
Ah ha ha ha. No, the Raiders do though. It doesn't matter the city name; it's the team name. See, we
See,
didn't change. We didn't change our name.
now you said it correctly. The team name, not the city name. I'm an asshole for that one.
I know you are.
Oh, that was a good one. I was one for the books.
Hmm. Hey,
I mean, hey, let me write that down.
yeah. Finally, remember to write something down. But hey, before we close out this Hall of Fame thing, I think Woodson is going to get in too because remember, Woodson and Manning came in the league together, so it's only fitting that they entered the Hall of Fame together.
I mean, also, Woodson balled out first half of his career in Oakland before the turf toe injury. You know, that turf toe injury took Dion out. Well, when Dallas, well, no, when he went to Dallas to Washington, then he kind of slowed up. They sent him to Green Bay like he was used trash. In Green Bay, Dom Capers got to give him props. You're not a corner anymore. You're a safety. That saved his career. Just like when Pittsburgh took Ron Woodson. You're not a corner no more. You're a safety. That saved his career. That's why people really, this off subject, need to give Darrell Green more credit. Darrell Green came into the league as a corner, left the league as a corner, and played 20 fucking seasons. You got to give him credit for that. And
Yes.
he never had a down year. He was a beast the whole time. So imagine if you'd have had him on the other side of Dion, who you go throw to?
Well,
Nothing
see,
but fucking tight ends and slot receivers.
Dale Green was the original shutdown corner.
Exactly. But he don't get none of the respect he should get. He ain't mentioning nothing. That's just like I was listening to Rasheed Wallace doing a podcast, Q Richard and Darius Miles podcast. And they was like, Rasheed, when you got in the league, who first busted your ass? He was like, man, first preseason game, first NBA game ever. David Robinson gave me 38, 20, and 6 in a fucking preseason game. And he was like, I'm looking at him like, it's preseason. He said the next game, he gave me somewhat the same numbers, but it was harder for him to get it. And that's when Q was like, don't nobody ever mention the Admiral. He was like, nobody gives him credit. And Rasheed was like, I gave him motherfucker credit that night. He was like, he showed me what was what. And he was like, he's one that doesn't get credit he deserves either. And he don't know why people don't give him credit. And he was a beast since day one, but because of Tim Duncan, they would act like he only got a ring because of Tim Duncan. He got a ring before Duncan got there. It just Duncan helped the consistency because he was consistent. But
Right.
you know, we remember who we want and we forget who we want, you know. And unfortunately, the Admiral will never get the Brock like Admiral, Patrick Ewing, Brad Daugherty. They'll never get the credit they should get because they
Well,
didn't handle the rock like a
when it comes
king.
to David Robinson, though, the reason why he doesn't get as much credit because he was looked at as very soft. If you'll notice, they didn't get that ring until Dennis Rodman went to San Antonio. He
But
gave them an
Robin didn't get a
edge.
ring there though. he got him going in that direction, but he didn't. He brought toughness to the team, but they got a ring after he left though. But I'll say he stopped him from looking soft. And then also the thing that hurts the Admiral is when you say his name, everybody automatically goes to when Shaq dunked on him in the All-Star game. Like he shouldn't have tried to block it. You a big man. Like Derius Miles say, you go get dunked on more than you go block shot, but it's your job to try to block that damn shot.
True.
And unfortunately, Shaq did knock that bitch down like he was Eiffel Tower. But I ain't mad at him for trying. It's funny as fuck though. But it's
I
like
just
Patrick
I just look at
when
it
he
like
tried to
this.
block Pippen.
You see how big Shaq is. So
Yeah.
yeah, everybody's going to end up like David Robinson or worse, and
And
going on with
they
that.
act
So
like they forget that as if that don't exist. Like, how can you forget that? Shaq was like 330, 350 his whole time in the league at 7 foot, 7'2", killing cats.
yeah, and I do appreciate you mentioning that Pippen dunk on Ewing. I wasn't gonna
Yeah,
bring it up, but thank you.
But people forget though when Ewing dunked on Rodman, and leaned in on him, and Rodman tried to undercut him. He still put it on him. But I ain't gonna tit for tat person.
Yeah, and I won't mention what Starks did. That was a pretty good one too.
Well, somebody gonna try to tell me Starks didn't dunk over nobody. They always jumping out the way. I said, boy, you a Bulls fan for real.
See, if you're a true fan, you never want to say that they were jumping out the way because that makes them seem like bitches.
I mean, but that's what they were. But that's a whole nother
No, no, they
story.
weren't. They're the world champion Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, Chicago bitches.
Repeat,
They
repeat,
champions.
repeat,
Yeah,
repeat.
three
Res-
pussies. I mean, whatever.
respect, respect Black Jesus.
I'm Black Jesus. I know it's from above the law. I'm already know it's Black Superman.
Oh, okay. All right, check it out. I want to switch gears real quick
Okay.
because there was an article stating that if Black lives really do matter, we have to stop appropriation of Black culture. And a good example that they had was Kim K strutting around in these cornrows, calling it fashion, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's so fashion forward. That's so this. That's so that." But then we cut to a black dude wearing cornrows. Oh, what a thug!
Well, see,
This is
there's
the
nothing we really can do
divide.
about that. That's public perception. And unfortunately, the most copied culture is Black culture. Black music right now is the number one music across the land. So it's like everything we do is gonna get copied, and white people gonna make something like they did and they did it better. That's just something we got to deal with. Unfortunately, we can't trademark our culture. We can't go get file the foreign to get copyright to it. We can't do that. It's just people. We're always going to be copied. We're never going to be credited. That's how it's always going to be. And you just got to deal with it. Just like right now, all of a sudden Kim K is the social justice, and she's about to help probably get C Murder out of jail. If Kim K gets C Murder out of jail, I am done listening to black music because that is going to be ridiculous that she could go bat her eyes and he gets out of jail in Louisiana of all places. I refuse to allow that. But
I'm
it's just
right there with you.
unfortunately,
I'm right there with you.
it's just that's the way the world is set up. We're always going to get copied. It's never going to be original by whoever copies it, but they don't care because they're going to get notoriety regardless. And females been doing the whole cornrow thing forever. It's just
But
white
here's
girls'
my
hair
thing.
or
Here's my thing.
Arabian hair is more manageable, I guess.
Remember, we used to say, and the saying still goes, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Yeah,
I agree with that, and I have no problem with white America doing anything that Black America does. The only
excuse me.
thing I have a problem with is don't make it seem like when we do our own thing that we're thugs or we're doing something wrong or anything like that. That's the only thing that I hate.
But that's the thing, though. You have to do that to have what word? Separation. Remember, end of the day, it's always about separation. It's always, remember, separate but equal. We're going to
Yes.
see the same thing. We're going to see Kim K and we're going to see Felicia R. Both got the same hairstyle, but we're gonna say, oh, look at she's glamorous. Look at that hood rat. We're gonna say the same thing, but we're gonna separate in a different way for other people, so one can get more praise than the other. Could be,
Yes.
oh, look at her, snap pictures, snap pictures.
And
She
it's
thinks
not just hair. It's not just hair. Look at Kim K in
I'm
that
just saying,
cat
just
suit.
giving
It's
her.
so fashion forward. And you see another one in a skin tight suit, a sister, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, she's a hoe.
And it's one thing. It's not even that. Then you'll hear, oh, how she gonna get a job dressed like that? It's just that's how it's gonna break down. Unfortunately, it's one of the things to where you go prop one and you go tear the other down. It's like you got this dust of positivity, then you got your axe in the other hand to chop the other person down. It's no different than say me and you roll up to the same place. We got on the same pair of Jordans. A petty person go look at both of them and go say how one look more crisp than the other. And we could have got it at the same time from the same store, put them on and went to the same place. There will be no difference. But somebody gonna be paying them, oh man, yours is just a little bit more crisp. Where you get yours at? Foot Locker, Oak Park Mall. Man, where you get yours at? I was with
Foot
him, Foot
Locker.
Locker at Oak Park Mall. You know what I'm saying? It's that damn stupid.
And
Just like today, I ordered a pair of Dame Lillard's shoes. Because last week, when he scored at 61 points, Adidas put all his shoes on sale for $61. Incredible ass marketing, especially when he had a new pair coming out. I snatched up a pair, got them, they dope, sent them to my thing. My little brother looked at them, he was like, oh, these is cool. But last week they was hot. But since I got a pair and he didn't, now they just cool. That's how dumb this shit is. I was like, man, you
yeah,
don't get the fuck out of here.
that's all right. If they knock off them Lakers, wear them proud. Wear them proud.
Hey, I want them all red ones he was wearing last night. Them was hot.
Hey,
So would you have ESPN Plus? Are they letting you see? No, the game was on TNT last night.
yeah,
What?
yeah, it was. I did not realize until after the game was over. I mean, I can go online and follow the score, but not watch it. But it was no big deal. I was doing something else. Uh,
Oh, let me know if you ever want to. You can use my shit. You could have logged into TNT. You should have been able to watch it.
I got you. But this week I'm getting ready to start Ozark on Netflix. So yeah,
I can't wait for you to watch that.
yeah. So
Don't say shit to me till you get halfway through the first season. Don't
okay.
say nothing to me till you halfway through the first season because I guarantee you gonna have more grays in your beard after watching that.
Well, how many episodes are there per season?
I want to say 8.
Oh, shoot, I'll be halfway through the season tomorrow. Then
I want to say 8 or 10. I'm not exactly sure.
I'll be hollering at you tomorrow. Then I'll let you know because I'm gonna be watching that while I'm at work tomorrow.
I'll probably watch it. I'm gonna watch something I'm at work too tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. You do that. Hey, but if we want to talk about stupid people, I'm getting ready to talk to you about two stupid people.
All right,
This
go
is
ahead.
the this is the one that you sent me today. Tavis Smiley to pay PBS 2.6 million for sexual misconduct.
Fucking
This used to
idiot.
be somebody that the community looked up to, and he just pissed it all away. 2.6 mil too.
And Tavis is kind of in that Bill Cosby atmosphere of I can't go in on him completely without knowing the full circumstances. Like, were you giving signals and you acted on them, or was you just out there just putting your dick on the table and like what you gonna do with it? Just like I feel like there's something missing that they're not telling us because they want him to look a certain way. Not that I'm trying to give him a pass or anything, but like, what's the missing main course to this? Because there was some chicks that willingly had sex with him, and then they stopped working together for whatever reason, and they quick to want to say it's because they had sex with him. Could have been he didn't like your idea, and he went to somebody else. It's not guaranteed that was the reason, but they want to wrap it up in a bow and say that is the reason. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And if history has showed us anything, it doesn't matter whose fault it is. the courts are going to side with the woman.
Sadly. So it's just one of the things. I just want to know the whole top to bottom. But regardless, Tavis is stupid. You was the next Ed Gordon in the eyes of black people, and you fucked all that up for a piece of ass.
Yeah.
And it clearly the ass wasn't worth it if you had several recipients. So you trying like you at Golden Corral, you gotta try all the different flavors. You didn't have to do that. You could have just got one and been happy.
Well, now
Excuse
because
me.
of it, he's $2.6 million lighter in the pocket.
Man, and ain't nobody else gonna mess with you.
Not after
Nobody
this.
else gonna mess with you. You about to be on ESPN's 30 for 30 broke soon. After you pay that 2.6.
Speaking of, uh, Darius Goose or whatever, Juice, whatever his name, uh,
That
who was
idiot.
a Washington, I can't say Redskin, Washington football team player, um, is
That
in
team
hot
in
water.
DC.
Two women said that Darius raped them when he was at LSU back in 2016. Why they're taking 4 years to come forward, that's a little suspect. But again, the courts will always side with the woman. So,
Well, you can't say the scores aside of the woman. Everything has a statute of limitation. He was already in hot water. So we've seen Law and Order, SVU. We've seen how it goes. Oh, let's go find the other victims and get them to talk. So somebody got their due diligence on and found the other victims and got them to talk. And here come these two motherfuckers from LSU. Oh yeah, he raped us too.
I
And
think,
because of that, his ass is going up the river without a paddle, and we won't see him ever again.
yeah. And if he made any money, he's going to be lighter in the pocket now. So,
Now, if he made any money, that's all going to legal fees.
yeah, that's what I mean. Whether they get a piece or not, he ain't going to have it. And it gets better for Washington. Washington football team, I finally got it right. Stop calling them the Redskins. Washington football team hires their first black team president in NFL history.
I just call him Washington. I will say, congrats to the guy. Great PR move by Snyder. Great
Bingo.
PR move by the organization.
You
They
hit
must
that
got
on the
Olivia
head.
Pope there.
You hit it right on the head because that's all it is a PR stunt.
It's a PR stunt, and he'll be there at least 3 years before he gets fired.
Think
I
about
guarantee
this.
Olivia Pope put that in his contract.
The Redskins are owned by who?
Daniel Snyder.
And he was opposed to changing the name. He saw nothing wrong with the logo. It took this long to get him to change it, and he still was kicking and screaming the whole way out. So you know that they just flipping this now so that he can get back in the good graces of the city. That's all this is.
He's got to show that he's willing to change with the times. So that was a good PR move, but it's sad that he's the first black to be team president of any organization in the NFL. The NFL been around since like 19 what 20,
This is
1910.
this is the 101st year of the NFL.
That is a crying shame that it took 101 years to get somebody for that. Even if it is a possibility, that's a PR move. The NFL really has to go back and relook this Rooney Rule and for the minorities, because otherwise, we're never going to get a chance. And all these good old boys is dying. They too old to be coaching, and a lot of coaches from college are going to be in the pros. When you got all these coordinators that are black, Mexican, whatever, that are qualified, that are never going to hold that clipboard because they never saw them as viable.
Come on, we all know that the Rooney Rule is a joke. All right,
Yeah,
let's say
without a
let's
doubt.
say let's say Cleveland sucks again this year because they will. They're the
Yeah,
Browns.
they
They're
will.
good. They're good
That's
for
without
that.
a doubt.
And they're gonna fire whoever's the coach right now. They have already got their eye on Steve Saban. We'll say Steve Saban says he wants out of Alabama. He wants to coach the pros. So what's Cleveland gonna do? They're going to interview a black person just so they can say we followed the Rooney Rule, even though they know the whole time they're eyeing Saban. Not that Saban's really leaving Alabama, people. I don't want people jumping out of windows in Alabama right now listening to us. I'm just using that as an example.
Who cares about Alabama? Nobody.
Well, I'm just using that as an example because that's the Rooney Rule. It just states that you must interview a
And
minority.
you know, the sad part about it, what's gonna happen? Hey, Richard, could you come to my office? You come to the office. So, what you been thinking about your future? I wouldn't mind at some point, maybe moving up to be coordinator or something. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see what we can do about that. Boom, that's they talk about being a head coach. That was the interview right there. They said some blacks have had that little of a conversation about being a head coach. So a lot of teams have called heat about that. It just wasn't publicized like it should have been.
I agree. And as much as you hate our good old friend Dead Al, he was the first person to say, I don't care what color he is, if he can coach, and hired a black man.
Yeah, but then Dad Al got crazy after that. So, he
Okay,
did
well,
something good before he got crazy. I give him that. Then after that, he got just firing coaches left and right. Because your other black coach probably would have y'all way better and probably would never be a John Gruden. But, Dead Al, he loved to hire and fire.
yeah, he was a little trigger happy.
Trigger happy's putting it nicely.
But I'm back to the subject though. What is it, like half the teams have never even had a black head coach or any minority head coach, and that's still a shame.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. And sadly, I said, what am I, 42? I think by the time I hit 50 in the next, 7.5 years or whatever, I look at it, we'll be lucky if we've had 5 more black coaches. And that's sad. I know
Well,
BN's going to be
I'm
our
gonna tell
next
you,
coach.
I'm gonna tell you the odds are stacked against that because you say you're
Yeah.
42. By the time you're 50, that's 8 years. I'm already 50. If I go back 8 years, there have only been five black head coaches.
The only next black head coach I know that's going to happen is going to be BN when he take over for Andy. That's it. I literally couldn't tell you another one.
Wow. I
Because they
couldn't
is
tell you either.
literally nobody on the horizon that you go consider.
How many are there in the league right now? I know Todd
Shit.
Bowles. Is Todd Bowles still in the Jets organization?
Yeah, you got Bowles,
And
you
the
got
one
the
for the
dude with the
Chargers.
Chargers. Damn, I
And
think just those two.
and I won't even just say black. I'll say minority. So we'll throw Ron Rivera in there.
That's him in DC. Damn.
Bro,
I'm gonna say it's four. I'm gonna say it's one more, but I just can't think of who. I'm gonna say it's four. But I literally can't think of who the fourth one is though. But that's
yeah,
sad though. That's
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 very
very
sad.
sad.
32 teams in NFL, and we can only name three minority coaches.
That's very sad.
Yeah, things desperately need to change. Uh, we have not come as far as we think.
Oh, not at
Uh,
all. Long way to go.
hey, real quick, let's go to our main topic since we're talking about the Redskins. You wanted to talk about your boy Alex Smith, who you know was pretty instrumental in one way or another with your Kansas City Chiefs winning the Super Bowl.
Hey.
And I'm gonna say when it comes to Alex Smith, all he needs to do this year, all he needs to do is suit up and step on the field, and he automatically deserves comeback player of the year. He ain't even got to throw a pass. Just by virtue of being on 2 feet, able to walk and run, he deserves comeback player of the year.
What is it with these Redskin quarterbacks? First Joe Theismann, then him. Or Gus Farrar when he did the headbutt on the stadium. Redskin quarterbacks they can't. Well, I don't know what it is about them. But I just wanted, it ain't gonna be long. I just wanted to take a moment to give Alex props because that was a gruesome ass injury to come back from whatever. And I already wanted the Chiefs to send him a ring because had he not coached Pat on the sideline, Pat still would have been good, but Pat wouldn't have been Pat without Alex. That 1 year sitting and Alex embracing him, which you never see in the NFL with quarterbacks, that made a big difference in his trajectory and what he was able to do. And then, we showed him love, sent him to a team where he started. They ripped up his deal, gave him a new deal, more money. We made sure he was taken care of for what he did for Pat. And then to see him go down like that, man, I watched that E60 and seen all the pins and needles and shit in his leg, and how that shit look like a motherfucking, you see how a roasted pig skin look over a fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's how his fucking leg looked in that piece. And I'm just like, man, they need to turn it over, put some more sauce on it or something. It was very gruesome. And for him to come back and he's 100% and clear like today he practiced in pads. Him to come back from all that is a miracle. That's one of the things where that's where you give praise to God, because that's what God show you. You think I ain't here, but I'm here. Because he brought him back from where he almost died, almost got his leg amputated. Anything you can imagine almost happened while he was going through all this. And he came through it like it never happened. Never got down. I want to be Alex Smith when I get older, because he was even killed the whole time. Wife said he never spazzed out once. He never did the drunken white thing and beat on her. He was just even killed and wasn't tripping about nothing. He literally was like French Montana. He wasn't worried about nothing.
And
I
here's the other
commend
thing
him.
I want to give Alex Smith props for. If it was any of us, and we actually came through on that, we'd have been done. I'm happy to have my legs. I'm just gonna ride off into the sunset. This dude still has the sack to get back in there and play football. That's the brass balls award right there.
Now, for the record, I would have came back, but first hit in training camp. All right, I'm done. Give us. I would have got hit. Now that I went to the gym. Hey man, I've been thinking. I got a little pain going. Let's go and get a press conference together. I would have. I'd have. So what made you retire? I've been in my head. That hit that nigga put on me, but man, I don't think I need to be back. I have nothing to prove. I can leave how I came in, walking. But yeah, he
And you better than me then, because you remember how that Brett Favre went down when he got that. Who was it that got that sack? Was it it wasn't Reggie White, was it? It was going for the sack record, and they was playing Green Bay. No, it
I
wasn't.
talking straight hand.
Yeah, it was Strahan, and Brett Favre just like went down, said, "All right, you got the sack." That's what I would have did, and then I would have retired. Like, nope.
Straight hand was about to light his ass up. Brett Favre took that St. Louis Rams dive so quick. He did not want to be touched. But now I just want to give Alex props. That's everybody talking about how these players are so Vikings and heroic. That's heroic right there. That's a hero model. That's the epitome of what the NFL used to be and needs to go back to where you showing your character. Now is you being a character versus showing your character. And Alex, I just hats off, salute, whatever you want to do to give him props, he deserves them. And granted, they play KC, they need to lose. But outside of that, I love for Alex to have a Pro Bowl type season and then just ride off into the sunset.
Man, like I said though, he doesn't even need to have a Pro Bowl. See, he's comeback player of the year just by suiting up. Period. Should
Yeah,
If the NFL doesn't get that right this year, I'm done. You hear me? I'm done. There's nobody who deserves comeback player of the year more than that.
true. All right, so I got one more before we wrap this up.
Go for
And
it.
well, two more. One question. We know the playoffs is going right now in the bubble. NBA's undefeated. They ain't had no problems. All said and done, when the dust clear, who's standing on the podium with the trophy?
With the NBA trophy?
Nah, motherfucker, the NHL trophy. Yeah. Oh,
Darn, I was hoping you'd ask it an NHL question. No, seriously. Um, wow, that's a tough one. I'm gonna have to say the LA Clippers. No. Um, I'll say this. Anybody but the Lakers.
oh, that's
And here's the reason why. This team was garbage last year. Now all of a sudden you think that they're worthy of being champions? For real?
Because they got all because of AD.
No. I think they found out last night that it takes a little bit more than that.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna go Clippers, Boston, and I'm gonna give it to Boston in 7.
Wow. So you think the Celtics are making a return to glory,
If they can get that bench to tighten up, can't nobody stop them.
except the Clippers.
I don't think any Clipper can stop Kemba Walker. At point, he a bad boy, and you don't stop him from penetrating and kicking out, you have a long ass night. Because he got shooters that like to make baskets, unlike LA, or they can go to the cup or create their own basket. They have a well-oiled, even team. It just gets shaky around that 7 to 9 man rotation. So that has to get tightened up. And they backup center needs to stop shooting so many fucking threes and get his punk ass in the paint. But outside of that, they solid. They solid everywhere they need to be solid at.
I'll give you that.
So next thing is, you probably never watched it, but OWN had this show called Sweetie Pies. I just saw the most tragic thing that was like a fucking movie yesterday. So the basis of the show was Lady Miss Robbie used to be a background singer for Isaac Hayes. No, not Isaac, for Ike Turner. Ike Turner. My bad, Isaac. Ike Turner. So she ended up getting something wrong with her throat, had to get off the road, had to make money because she had, 2 boys. So she decided to open up a soul food restaurant. Ended up hitting it big. Sweetie Pies is all through St. Louis. Everybody loves it. It's supposed to be the greatest soul food you ever eat. Had 2 sons. One son named Tim was out there living that street life, this, that, and the third. Nigga got caught up, went to jail. Other son died. Had ended up having a little boy. His he went to live in Texas with his mom or whatever. The son in jail, Tim, gets out of jail. She been behind him the whole time. Gets him back and was like, hey, this our legacy right here, restaurant business. He wants to make music. He ain't trying to hear it. He don't want to be known for serving chicken all his life. Because apparently they chicken wings are bomb to where they go through pounds of chicken a day like they're a fast food spot. So had many seasons. He's opened up several other spots. Went to LA, tried to get them to get into the soul food aspect, but it's LA not gonna happen. It lasted for a minute. He left LA, went to Houston. So all that sounds normal and fun, right?
Right.
She had her grandson come up from Dallas or from Texas because he was wilding out to get a mama break, got him up there to straighten out, graduate. He's there, this, that, and the third, ends up going back. 2016, 4 years later, apparently his good old uncle got a life insurance policy in his name for $450,000 for on the nephew. Had his nephew set up to get killed, nephew got killed. Now magically,
What?
nigga, like a fucking movie. So apparently, don't know what transpired, but the uncle, Robbie's son, ended up getting caught up and got charged with conspiracy to some with constitution of death. Wow. And didn't get any insurance money. Motherfucker tried to set up 3 insurance policies on his nephew's name. Didn't get paid off any of them.
Mm. Damn dumb. I'm gonna
This,
start
this
off
how
there.
this
Damn
how
dumb.
dumb he was. This dumbass paid for the policy out of his own personal account. You don't do that. That's strike 1. Strike 2, I guess who was his accomplice? They had burner phones. The accomplice knew the nephew. Why would you call the nephew from your burner phone? You call him from your regular phone. Then what do? The burner phone was in the area where he got killed at. Just all kind of I'm like, you motherfuckers not watch First 48? They tell you how to get away with this shit. I was outdone. I
Wow.
felt so bad. I feel bad for his mom, Miss Robbie, because not only did you had to deal with losing your grandson, who was a son to your son. So that legacy right there is gone. Now the son that you got living, his first baby mom was tripping, talking about her son don't need to be around y'all. This, that, and the third. Basically, when the camera went off, she dipped. So you can't see that grandson. Then your son has another child in Texas, but they're in Texas, you're in St. Louis. You're not going to see that child that much. Then your son, who they done sued each other over the rights to the restaurant and everything. You done went back and forth with him because he's trying to take your restaurant name and start a restaurant left and right. And now he done killed you. Probably he done killed your grandson, and he going to jail for at least 20 to life, probably, because this is clearly murder one. This is premeditated, but this is murder one all day. The insurance fraud, the conspiracy, those are
Wait,
5 years each.
was the murder committed in Missouri or Texas?
Yeah, it was in Missouri.
All right, yeah, I don't know that one. If it was Texas, he's gone. He ain't coming back.
Now, I believe it was done here in Missouri.
Yeah. Well,
You know it was done in
he
Missouri because
gonna be an
apparently.
old man when he get out at the very least.
And then the dumb thing about it, the motherfucker who he did the crime with took $9,000 and put that in several different bank accounts. It's 9,000. What are you hiding? It's $9,000. That ain't nothing to hide. Just stupid. So that
Wow.
I feel so bad for her to have to have dealt with that. That easily, hands down, is the wildest and the dumbest shit I've ever seen. So I was just like, this can't. Jay-Z got a song with Benny Siegel called "This Can't Be Life." I like, this can't be life. I cannot be seeing this. This is some shit out of a movie. Clearly,
Yeah.
some shit out of a
Her
movie.
her luck was bad from the moment she was with Ike. So
Man, working on the river.
damn. After that, I got nothing.
Well, last thing, we usually do an update on as far as gig and stuff or whatever.
Yeah, fill us
So
in.
really ain't got no update on the gig. But if I didn't know any better, I would not realize I was living in a movie too. So yesterday, I got the depositions next week. Well, I got deposition tomorrow and on next Tuesday, right?
Okay.
Magically, both got postponed. The one for tomorrow, she's got promoted to supervisor now, and she has to start. She starts on the 30th of August. I expect her to be too busy in September to do a deposition. I was like, this is some real life shit going on. Like, if y'all don't want to do the deposition, just give me some money or give me another job. Let's just end this now instead of dragging it out. Because clearly you're trying to wait me out. I literally
Yes.
feel like they got emails to go at a certain time, and they wait on me to be like, you know what, I got a job. I don't have time for this. So when I get hired by a job, hey, I got this going on. When I need some time off, I'm gonna let y'all know.
Yeah, because they clearly trying to push you to the back and hope, oh, he'll forget about us. He'll forget about us. You got to stay on them
Man,
because, hey, once
every
that
time I
time
get an
come,
email, I save the email and I put it on my calendar, whatever they talking.
good, good.
Insane. Yeah, but that's all I got. Again, everybody, the Hermana, I'm gonna have a shot of that tonight. I was gonna do it on the show, but thought that'd be a little tacky. So you didn't have a shot either. Next time we have to both have something to have a drink on. Um, everybody, hope y'all good out there. It's hot as hell. We got a few more weeks of this heat, I guess. Hopefully a few more.
Yeah, fingers
That's
crossed,
it.
everybody.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw this out there to you on air. If you decide to get your panties out of a bunch, I got a bottle of whatever, 750 milliliter bottle, that my fantasy team will do better than yours. And we're in the same league. So it's just a me and you bet.
Wow. You know how I am. I'll let you know. I'll let you know if I want to
Okay,
make
just
that
think
bet.
about it. I'm saying if you get your panties out of a bunch and you want to have a friendly wager, just go put it out there.
See, I'm liable to say no bet and go off and win it all, but I know me. if I take that bet, I might go 1-9, and everything just fall apart.
See, you
I,
thinking too hard. It's just for fun. It's just like, Uncle backed out. Did you ever accept your invite?
I have not yet. I'll go in there tonight.
Okay. Well,
I'll
just I
take
just
care
want
of
to
that.
make sure you do it because you always do it quicker than anybody else does. So just like Uncle backed out. I understand he got things going on or whatever. He don't have time. I send a text to little brother and tell him like, hey, we got an open spot if y'all interested. If y'all want to come out of retirement. Neither one of them responded. Never have I seen two people that just hate fantasy so much when it's not that deep. When they both won, I'm just like, I don't get it or understand it. But hey,
Yeah, I
maybe
can't
it's not meant
understand
for me.
that.
It may not be meant for me to understand. So I just take it as it is, and we'll look for that extra person and go from there.
Yeah, I'm
And
just all about the fun. I'm all about the fun.
yeah,
So,
that's what I said. Friendly little wager between us ain't gonna kill nothing. Because I mean, seven bitty bottle only could be about $30 at the most, depending on what you're trying to drink on. So it ain't gonna kill nothing.
oh, well,
But
you
you
already
think
know my
about
drink of choice.
it. Yeah, yours is what is it? No, what is it? It's gonna be the Crown Apple. That's
Not the
my cut.
apple. Not the apple.
Uh,
If not regular, I'd rather have the maple.
really,
Yeah.
I like the maple, especially with breakfast. Um, yeah, you ever ever use you and the missus? Man, have her put like a shot or two of that in the pancake batter. It's
Okay.
awesome.
Okay.
Cause
I'm gonna remember that. I've not heard of that. Okay.
man, because it's I remember when it first came out, they was like, man, it tastes just like pancake syrup. It doesn't, but it's in that realm. But it's
Now,
fire as fuck too.
there's a little hint of maple, but it don't taste like pancake syrup.
And so what it is, um, it was one New Year's when we first moved to the townhouse. Then maybe the second year's in town when it came out or whatever. And me, Jody, and the girl stayed home. She was like, we could do chicken and waffles, watch movies and stuff. She was like, I'm gonna put some of this crown maple in the batter. So, we did the chicken and waffles. She had a separate batter for our waffles. And, she batter dipped the chicken strips and everything.
Hmm.
Bro, I swear to God, on transfer when they was I guess it was New York, and that building went sideways falling. In my mind, that shit went 3D. And I was just like, wow. That's when we had that big screen too. That big screen had a good picture. So when that mug went like that, I was like, damn, it was like this shit in 3D. Gone. But man, it was a good gone.
Hey, that reminds me. Starting next week on the podcast, I'm gonna start reviewing movies because I got too many
Okay.
damn movies not to review some of this shit. As
Yeah.
you know, earlier this week or last week, whenever it was, I finally got Bad Boys for Life. I
Did you
will
like
sit.
it?
I haven't watched it yet.
You'll like it.
I got like 20 movies that are still in the wrapper, and I think I picked up Venom the other day, so
I've seen
I'm
that,
gonna
but
check that out.
I know what I meant to tell you. I've been trying to find something beard wise. Now, when my beard was big, I'm trying to get it back to that. I didn't like that one shit. That I liked it, but it was like too many directions to it or whatever. Remember when I told y'all I got to where it was like three different things to it, three different applications? It is like just
Did you
too much going on.
did you get it from the store or did you
No, I ordered it on Amazon
was it
because I
Scotch?
had
You're not talking about the Scotch Porter, are you?
no, it's something else. But I found something new that I'm gonna order and try, and it's just strictly a balm that you buy, rub, and put on, and it's called Man Shit. I'm gonna give this a try because that other one it was like condition this twice a week, and then you can use a little the squeezable gel, and then add the pomade or whatever after that. It was like best use if you use this. Best use if you add this. I'm like, but if I'm only using the conditioner twice a week, how much you talking about I could get the best out of the gel if I use that? But I'm only gonna use it twice a week, so I'm never gonna get the best out of the gel. You know, so it was like they directions kind of contradict themselves, and I didn't
Well,
feel like it.
I use
I don't think
Scotch Porter. I
I
use
don't think
Scotch
it
Porter
held long
products.
enough.
Scotch Porter
You got
products are the bomb.
you got to send me a picture of what it is, man,
All
or
right, I
send me
will.
the link. Send me the link of it
I'll
so
send
I
you the
can
link.
look at it. Yeah, but otherwise,
And
I
they
may
have a
try this.
system. It is the shampoo, conditioner, the beard butter, and the oil. So you do have those
Mhm.
four things, but man, it makes your beard nice and soft. And one thing that I noticed when my beard was really long, uh, it would get dry with all the other products that I was using, and that would cause split ends because gray hair gets really coarse and it causes a lot of
Mm.
split ends. When I started using that Scotch Porter, I didn't have no split ends no more because it keeps
And
your
see,
hair
that's the
soft.
thing. With that other thing, it's called rugged, whatever it is I got. It I feel like it got dry quick. I think all I did was just make my shit just oily. I didn't feel like it was really doing anything. I didn't feel that shine like, hey, babies. You know, I didn't feel that. How you doing? I didn't feel that. But I know with
Yeah,
that mansion, it's just a pomade that you rub in, and your shit instantly shines and everything.
and I'll
So,
tell you
but like I
something
said,
else, especially this time of year.
mm-hmm.
I don't fuck with pomades. I just use the beard butter. You don't want a lot of stuff in your beard because you don't want to weigh it down. You don't want to put a lot of junk in your beard.
Yeah.
You know, a
And
beard
also, like
butter
I think
is good enough for me.
I'm kind of getting impatient because I let mine grow out, then I cut it down. I should have never cut it down. I should have just let it keep growing. So I want to get back to where it was, to where probably get it to about right there. Then I'll let it right how yours is, get me a little bit further. Then I'll be content with that. Just want it a little bit fuller, a little bit thicker. Then I'm all about just probably just using beard butter all the time. Get that
Bro,
shine.
I'm bringing mine back to where it was last year.
I don't know why you cut yours. That was just ridiculous on your part.
Um, we'll call it peer pressure from one's spouse. I want to see what it looks like short again. I want to see what it looks like short again. I cut it. I cried. Okay, I didn't really cry, but I felt like crying because a part of me was gone, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I
You
immediately
could have
said,
told
"It's
her.
coming back."
That seems like you want to see it look like it's short again. I want to see what you look like young again. Then you just walk off.
You trying to put me in divorce court?
Hey, I cannot confirm or deny such a thing.
Don't get me killed. Do not get
I'm
me
not.
killed.
I'm trying not to. All
Um,
right, but I think that's it. Good show.
yeah.
I guess I'm gonna figure out what's for dinner in my world. I don't know yet. Think I'm gonna do some barbecue. Well, I got leftover barbecue, I should say.
All right, my brother. Well, it's been another good one, and I appreciate everybody listening in. We'll do this again next week. Stay positive, stay blessed. Kevin, take us on out.
All right, everybody, have a good one. We'll see you next week. We'll do it better then than we did it this week. Um, that's about it. That's about it. But as I've been saying lately, holla at your boy, but don't yell.
Later.